Dugan?
Yeah.
Can you send my baseball?
Sure. There.
Wow. Avoid the clap, Jimmy Dugan. Wow.
That's good advice.
Hey, it's a girl who loves balls. It's KATRINA Porter.
I do. Hi, Anna Serene. You peach.
Oh,
You see what I did?
I did.
It ties into what we're going to talk about.
Welcome to Split Happens. Everyone else.
Welcome, everybody.
Each episode, KATRINA and I discuss a movie both of us love. However, one of us must play the con and attack it with whatever they can, and that's not a lot.
Not today.
Not ever. Our only rule is the con only has to attack during the synopsis, and if they say anything positive about the movie at all, they incur a penalty and will have to say something nice about a movie that they hate, which the pro gets to decide. So, as the pro today, if KATRINA catches a rule break from me, you're going to hear the sound.
I'm in a glass case of emotion!
You pretty excited about doing this one?
No!
Well, you shouldn't be.
I had a hard time taking notes.
You're going to get a button push today. Keeve likes when I get a button push. Well, Keeve, you're going to hear a button push or two for Anna today.
Keeve, I'm fucked.
Yeah, you are.
I have so many times throughout my notes, just don't talk about ...
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I'm going to have some problems.
Well, what are you going to try to do?
I am going to
Try
to fight this movie like Penny Marshall fought sexism in the 19...
Well,
through baseball.
baseball. Oh, there we go. That can only mean we're talking about 1992's A League of Their Own. Yay! This is one of my favorite movies of all time.
It really holds a near and dear place to our hearts. I feel like I'm gonna end up crying.
You are. I've got it in my notes.
Oh,
I wanted to add an extra rule for this one, that there be a button push if you cried.
yeah. Good luck with that, bitch. I had my eyes Botoxed.
I have seen this movie, I don't know, dozens and dozens of times.
Prove it.
I cry every time. I cry every time at the end. Not like big old baby tears, but respectful little tears.
When robots,
Yes.
they show them showing what an AI thinks is emotion.
Uh-huh.
And they're, they have like the weird, like happy, and then they do like the
Yeah.
weird smile.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I am with like, there should be emotion attached to it. And I would be crying if I did such things. And if I did cry,
It'd be in this movie.
right, it would be immediately as soon as the two sisters are on screen.
What I do when I'm trying not to cry, which has literally never worked, is I open my eyeballs really big, like, oh no,
Yeah.
and then it makes them leak out faster.
Hey, if you're cutting onions,
Mm-hmm.
and not you because you're allergic, but if one is cutting up onions and they start getting teary, the best thing you can do in that situation?
What?
Stick your head near the freezer, because the cold, like that cold air, it's instant relief. True.
I learned something new today.
There you go. It's kind of like when you feel emotion. Just stick your head in a freezer.
Just stick your head in the nearest box, whether it be a freezer or...
Oven.
Well, listen.
Yeah.
This movie had a budget of $40 million. It had a worldwide box office of $132.4 million.
That's more.
It is more. And guess what it's more than?
That number.
Wow. It is actually the most successful baseball film of all time.
Had it, girls.
Yeah. It, looks, I have it in my notes twice.
Oh.
Just in case you're me and you weren't paying attention.
You really meant it.
The $132.4 million at the box office that it made, that was more than Field of Dreams and Bull Durham combined.
No fucking way.
Yeah. It was directed by Penny Marshall. Was she Laverne or Shirley?
She Laverne.
She Laverne. Okay.
Schmiel. Schmazel.
I didn't put this in my notes, but she also directed Big.
Yeah.
Which was one of Tom Hanks' bigger box office movies.
Was Gary Marshall in that one?
No.
Did she do Hocus Pocus? Because I know he's in that. Wait. Oh, are they husband and wife in that? Because I know he's like the devil.
Yes, they are husband and wife.
Fucking weird.
I know. It's a little weird. Well, because this movie is about sisters and about women empowerment and love, I'm going to give you a treat.
Yay. I love treats.
I am going to do a bit of pre-synopsis trivia, which I don't do much of typically.
Oh.
So you don't have to attack right away. The storyline of this movie was inspired by the career of baseball legend Dottie Collins. During World War II, she played for the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League, which is way too long of a name.
It's a very long name. Yeah. Just hold on. Let me jot that down.
Later on, I will call it the AAGPBL.
AAGPBL?
Yeah.
Technically, it's not an acronym because it doesn't spell a word.
Here we go.
It's an initialism.
Okay. Well, she pitched 17 shutouts during her 6-year career, so she was a pitcher, not a catcher.
Well, then that's not the same person. That's a con.
There are things in this movie that are not accurate. A lot of things are, but I'll tell you a few things that were not in a few minutes. In 2012, the film was selected by the U.S. Library of Congress for preservation in the National Film Registry Archives. That's interesting, huh?
It's very interesting.
All of the actresses, literally all of them, that auditioned for the film had to prove they could play baseball.
Oh, that's like not Field of Dreams. It's like a Major League.
Yes. Yeah. All of the actresses did their own stunts with the exception of Geena Davis. And don't get that look. And we'll talk about the scene a little bit later, but the only scene she didn't perform was the splits catch.
Okay.
We'll talk about that. She could do the splits, but just not while sliding.
I could do it. Accidentally.
Here's something that's not inaccurate. The movie portrays the league as initially unpopular and unprofitable until gimmicks are used to attract male audiences. In reality, the league was popular and profitable right from the start.
Oh.
And that was because it was largely based in the Midwest where they couldn't watch a live baseball game. So they're like, we've got to go watch something.
They're bored as shit.
Might as well go watch some dames.
Let's go watch the dames.
Do you know what those are made out of?
What?
Wool.
The dresses?
They're uniforms. Wool. And they played, and when this was being filmed,
Summertime.
Right. Over 100-degree days. And they're wearing these wool uniforms.
Not the under parts. That looked like satin. Am I wrong? Or is it silk or satin?
No, it did look like that, yeah. Eventually, it grew into a 10-team, 2-division league. But the advent of televised baseball games in the early 50s would lead to the demise in the popularity of the league.
Fucking hell. Video killed the radio star, am I right?
Right.
The baseball star.
Yeah.
Where's that song?
Kill the baseball game. TV kill the women's playing baseball.
You know, the only reason why that song isn't popular is because of sexism. The one you just made up.
Well, and it didn't make any sense.
Oh, whatever.
And I can't sing. So, your gift's over.
Hey, Katrina.
Whoa.
Are you selling your house?
I am selling my house. It's going great.
Is it?
We're in the process of getting it ready to sell. And I love chaos.
I love it.
Um,
Everything is freshly painted, though. It's nice. Our
Yes.
studio has never looked better.
our studio looks crazy. Like
Sure does.
every inch of this house except for the walls. Yeah. I cry in the shower a lot these days.
Oh, joke's on you. I'm way ahead of you. I've been doing that for years. Where else are you supposed to cry?
I'm just gonna go take my 4th shower of the day.
If I've got like tears falling at me, it feels like I'm not actually shedding any tears.
God.
And that's a life hack. How's your margarita?
Good.
Yeah? Does it seem like I'm stalling? Because I'm definitely stalling.
You definitely are stalling.
I'm Joseph Stalling here. Oh,
Speaking of
man.
World War II.
I don't want to.
That was actually World War One.
I don't fucking know.
Yeah, it's definitely World War
What am I, a fucking historian?
Well,
Do I look like Indiana Jones to you?
World War
No.
World War One was Hitler, so that would have been Stalin.
That was no. He came in because they got destroyed in World War One, and then he was able to do like a nationalism thing, like, you know, I know we got fucking destroyed, but look how good we could be if only there weren't Jews.
See, I was just trying to help you look smart. Hey, Anna,
Yes.
I need you to play the fucking song.
No.
Do it.
All right.
Let the games begin.
Our movie starts with a couple of kids playing basketball
Yeah.
and a lady who is clearly old enough to collect Social Security who sounds a lot like Geena Davis.
Okay, so this movie begins with a basketball game, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Is this a baseball movie or what?
it's an everything movie. It's why it's so perfect.
Is it a league of all sports of their own? No. And this ADR is weird. Hearing
ADR.
Geena Davis's distinctive voice coming out of another person who is supposed to be her, but not quite, is like some uncanny valley shit.
Okay, but that lady looks a lot like Geena Davis.
You know what she doesn't?
What?
Sound like her.
Well, because it's Geena Davis.
I know, it's weird.
I don't think it's weird.
Do you sound exactly like you did like 20 years ago? Back then, you sounded like a young person. Now you sound like you like life has hardened you.
Okay. Audio schedule. Cry again in the shower. Because I don't sound like I'm 25.
Our movie begins with death, probably.
Well, I love this movie already. I think one of the lines in a movie that I identify the most with is when we're seeing the Geena Davis character and she's with her daughter and she's like, her daughter's holding her baseball glove and she's like, needs oil. And then the Geena Davis character's like, who does it? I was like, oh, I really feel that. I've been moving shit around a lot.
Oil can!
Yes.
I thought you meant for your cooter.
No.
I thought that she meant like oil, like who doesn't?
No, I meant like my bones feel like they're trying to get out of my body.
I thought if you meant like a bone was trying to get into your body.
I don't have the energy for that. I've got to cry in the shower.
I've got a crying schedule to keep up with.
Jesus.
Who has the time?
I don't even know where my bed is right now. Are you kidding me? I like that when Dottie's daughter mentions Dottie's brother-in-law, Dottie immediately shits on him because it's like it's as if we wrote this movie. It's just a thing, you know. If we love you,
Yeah.
we probably don't like your person.
Oh, probably. That's hilarious.
Most
There's no way your person is going to be good enough for our person.
No. We'll
No.
try. We'll try.
Will we?
I mean, in front of them.
Yeah.
And then we'll text each other. This bitch.
Like while they're standing in
Yeah,
front
of
of us?
course. Yeah.
Like, I can't get out of this conversation. It's a fucking prison. I hate this guy.
Anyway, the kid playing basketball did double dribble a couple times, and he carried the ball at least twice, but it's fine. Dottie arrives at Doubleday Field to see a bunch of other Social Security dames playing ball, and almost right away we get a flashback where we basically stay for the rest of the movie.
Yeah, but I'm not age shaming, but is it a good idea for them older gals to be playing baseball?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, they're playing baseball with older gals.
Yeah.
They're not playing baseball against younger gals. They're all going to be probably at the same speed.
I was like groaning, like just sitting down in my chair, let alone like having to reach down and grab for a ball and throw it and then tag them out and then like have somebody like run and bat. That sounds exhausting. All of this is exhausting. That's a con. I'm fucking exhausted now.
Wow.
I hope you're happy.
We learned that because of the war, a lot of baseball players have joined the military, so there is a crisis in the world of sports.
Crisis.
Yeah. Walter Harvey is a rich guy who has Harvey chocolate bars, and he is based on Chicago Cubs owner Philip Wrigley, the real-life founder of the AAGPBL.
Come on.
That's very good.
Thank you.
I'm very proud of you, and
Thank
I don't
you.
mean that facetiously.
Like, I can... What do you want?
I'm totally shocked that I could still say facetiously.
Good for you. We're just surprising each other. That deserves a drink.
The Harvey chocolate bars were a nod to Wrigley's chewing gum. We meet young Dottie, played by Geena Davis, and her sister Kit, played by Lori Petty. And they are playing a local baseball game. What?
Dottie is a one-upping control freak. Oh, does it feel too close to home?
What? She's telling Kit to lay off the high ones.
Uh-huh. Why does she need to tell her that?
Because she won't, and she's trying to help her.
She's trying to help her. She wants to control that game.
She wants to win the game, which is the point. And they can't win the game if Kit is striking out.
Just by telling her sister what to do over and over and over. Not like encouraging her to find that lesson on her own. Because she's got a control freak. Dottie's a control freak, and she's also a one-upper.
Well, Lori Petty auditioned 8 times for the role of Kit, including once at director Penny Marshall's apartment. Deborah Winger was originally going to star in the film, but she backed out when Madonna was signed.
No shit.
Yeah.
Deborah Winger was going to play
Dottie.
Oh, Dottie.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And the Cutting Edge.
Her name or her
Moira Kelly.
Yeah, Moira Kelly. Yeah.
She was also going to play Dottie, but she hurt herself.
Dottie?
Maybe Kit. I could have that wrong.
She seems like a kid.
Maybe she hurt herself doing Cutting Edge, so she couldn't do this movie because you, like I said, you had to be able to play.
Topic.
I know. Dottie tells Kit to lay off the high ones, which is my mantra anytime I go to a reggae festival.
That should have been your advice to me when I was in college.
Yeah, lay off the high one. I think that was my advice.
But I like the high ones.
Right. You are Kit. Well, Kit strikes out and Dottie hits the winning runner in.
Shut up, Nag.
No.
I'm just trying it out.
We meet John Lovitz, a.k.a. Ernie Capdino, who is a baseball scout, and he wants to recruit Dottie to play for the newly formed All-American Girls Professional Baseball League. But while Kit is very interested in going, he isn't interested in her, and Dottie does not want to go. But I can tell she might actually want to go. What do you have to say about that? Do you have anything to say about John Lovitz's performance in this?
No. My notes say specifically that I don't.
It's he is not in this movie very much, but he is so memorable because he's great. Every move, his role was actually bigger, but Penny Marshall wanted to just have his scenes in the movie be these kind of snappy one-liners. So like everything is condensed into these kind of really funny small moments, which he's fantastic at. Okay, well, you know when I mentioned Walter Harvey earlier?
Mm-hmm.
He's played by Gary Marshall, who's the brother of Penny Marshall, the director.
Sure. I
will give you 3 guesses, and it would be men.
Yeah.
Obs. Who do you think was Penny Marshall's first choice? But she could not afford that person, so she went with her brother instead.
Okay. So it would be an older gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Abe Vigoda.
Nope.
Okay.
Terrible guess.
Okay.
Strike 1.
My next guess is Robert Loggia.
Strike 2.
And my final guess is Gary Shandling.
Strike 3. You're out. You want me to give you a clue?
Now?
Yeah.
Now a warning?
Yeah, now that you're out. Information that could have been helpful yesterday. You have done an accent of this person.
Oh, Christopher Walken?
Yes.
These girls play baseball.
Say there's no crying in baseball with Christopher
He
Walken.
doesn't say that. He says, eat my chocolate bars for baseball. How have I gotten worse? So much worse.
Somehow your German Christopher Walken was better than your American Christopher Walken.
He wanted Christopher Walken to play him?
Penny Marshall did.
That doesn't make sense. What do you mean older? He wouldn't have been older then.
Well, I was just trying to give you...
He would have been younger than we are now, probably.
Wait, what? 1992? How old is Christopher Walken now?
Huh?
He's for sure in his 70s now.
Was he older? Oh, I'm going to say he is young, at the same age or younger as us when this movie came out.
He was 49.
Oh, damn it.
He is 79 right now.
He is not. Quit lying.
He was born in 1943.
Max Schreck?
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Oh, okay.
I want you just to stop lying to the people.
Okay. All right.
He's not that age.
Well, Ernie ends up yelling at the cows and tells Kit that she can come to the tryouts if she can get Dottie to go.
Nice.
Dottie agrees to go to the tryouts because she is a really good sister and really loves her sister, who's probably only like 13 months younger than her.
Wait, what? I think that she only went because she needs to be in control of the situation at all times.
I think she went because she knew that it was important to Dottie, or she knew it was important to Kit, and that Kit wouldn't be able to go if she didn't go because she's a really, really good, slightly older sister. My notes were like trying to get me to like calm down about myself because I'm obviously the really good sister, and it underlined really like you should just take really out. I'm like, hey, fuck you. They make a stop in Colorado to see another potential player, and this is where we meet the badass Marla, who's played by Megan Cavanaugh. And this was her first movie. She can basically hit the shit out of most pitches, but Ernie doesn't want her to go to tryouts because she is not traditionally pretty. Dottie and Kit are like, fuck you, Ernie, and they say they won't go if Marla doesn't go, so Marla's in. These gals, these dames.
A bunch of dames. See,
Just love 'em.
None of them talk like they're from the right time period. None of them. Not a one.
I'm sorry, elitist, what is the right time period?
It's very transatlantic.
They're from the Midwest.
Yeah. Let's milk this cow, see? We're going to milk these cows, and then we're going to go across and sell them to the dairy.
Haven't you seen Superman?
Excuse me? Fucking excuse me?
Yeah, how did they talk on the farm? Did they talk like they were from transatlantic, whatever you're saying? Well, they arrive at tryouts, and Ernie says, see his sisters, and every scene he is in is funny.
Yeah, I'm just going home, grab a shower and a shave, give the wife a little pickle tickle, and I'm on my way.
Yeah, but
But what? Field, tryouts, play.
that's it. Get lost. Come on. I hate when they get attached to me like that.
Give the wife a little pickle tickle.
A little pickle tickle.
Yeah.
That's what he thinks
And he's
his wife
honest
needs.
with himself.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's what she needs. More than anything in the world is a pickle tickle.
Well, I mean, he's probably been gone for a couple weeks.
How about he gives her a skittle diddle?
How about skittle diddle?
Yeah, how about he diddles her skittle?
Can we use a different word than diddle?
Absolutely not.
But that doesn't make any sense.
Why is it a skittle?
Oh, because you can't taste the rainbow?
Yes, that's why. And not because it's a little pearl of, I don't know. I've lost control at this point.
I wish you would quit doing hand gestures.
It just went off on an off
So
ramp.
much.
And I can't keep control of it anymore.
Well, we see Rosie O'Donnell, who plays Doris, and Madonna, who plays May. Mm-hmm. You want a bit of trivia?
Of course.
Okay, we got it for you. Sit back. Take a sippy food.
Thank you.
In Evansville, Indiana, where the Racing Games and the World Series was filmed, Madonna was fucking rude.
What?
To the people, the hotel, the restaurant staff. She spoke poorly of the city in interviews. According to a handwritten letter she wrote to a photographer, Madonna was miserable during production. She's like, I cannot suffer any more than I have in this past month.
You saying she's already adopted her fake British
I'm
accent?
assuming so. Learning how to play baseball with a bunch of girls, yuck. In Chicago, double yuck. I have a tan, I'm dirty all day, and I hardly ever wear any makeup. Penny Marshall, Laverne, Geena Davis is a Barbie doll. And when God decided where the beautiful men were going to live in the world, he did not choose Chicago. I have made few friends, but they're athletes, not actresses. They have nothing on the house of extravaganza. I wish I could come to New York.
This is very Ken Burns-esque.
That's the letter that she's
Who's the photographer?
Stephen Meisel.
Yeah, Stephen. I hope this missive finds you well. I shan't take another moment of this misery. I do not know when this war will end or when this movie will stop filming. It's nothing but dirt.
Like you're in a baseball movie, you fucking idiot. I'm sorry. We have a very big gay following. I'm not calling Madonna a fucking idiot.
Sounds like you did.
But she was really rude. She was awful. According to Rosie O'Donnell, her part was supposed to be much smaller than what was ultimately filmed, but because she readily understood Penny Marshall's strong Bronx accent on set when others did not, Marshall would occasionally give her additional scenes to play.
That makes sense.
And she's great. Her character was kind of built around her. Originally in the script, she was supposed to be a lot like May. Just two kind of like sex pots.
They hired Rosie O'Donnell to be a sex pot?
Yeah, Penny Marshall loved her. And Rosie O'Donnell was super intimidated to be best friends with Madonna. And they ended up being really good friends.
I think I remember them having a friendship after this.
Yeah.
I mean,
whoa.
I don't like that Madonna was like unfriendly to the cast.
She wasn't nice at all.
That's not okay.
I know.
She should have been grateful to be in a movie, like cast in a movie from Penny Marshall.
Well, and Deborah Winger, like later on, really defended her choice to not be in the movie because of Madonna. She was like, it's going to be ridiculous. And they're like, well, she was actually pretty good in it. And Deborah Winger was like, well, look at the rest of her film career. Bitchy. Deborah.
No.
Somebody should have given her the fucking medicine.
What movies have you done past?
One I just said, Terms of Endearment.
Past Terms of Endearment and An Officer and a Gentleman.
Wasn't she in like Black Widow or something like that?
That sounds like just straight to VHS.
I don't know.
It sounds like a USA Up All Night movie.
Well, the ladies are trying out for one of 4 teams. There are 16 girls to a team, and we learned that there are over 100 women trying out. And by my math skills that I definitely didn't use a calculator to figure out, this means that if there will be 64 women selected, then 36 will get cut.
Ouch.
Who will it be?
Did they say no smoking, no drinking, and no men?
Yes.
Oh.
That's how things were back in the day.
Gross.
I know.
I don't care how fucking boring your life is at that moment or how much you love baseball. There is a limit to how much a person can give up.
Which one of those things were you most offended by?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe the drinking?
Yeah, I think so. Well, it's Selection Sunday, and we learn that Dottie, Kit, Doris, and May will be Rockford Peaches. We see a woman who is trying to figure out if she made the cut or not, but she can't read, and that person is none other than Anne Cusack of the famous acting Cusack family.
She is in Grosse Pointe Blank very shortly.
Surely, yeah.
Yeah. I think she's the one with the kid.
Yes,
yeah.
she is. Yeah, what do you think of Anne Cusack?
I love the Cusacks.
Yeah.
I can absolutely say that.
Mm-hmm.
I love the Cusack family. Love Joan. Love John. And I love Anne.
Anne, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, guess what?
What?
She's a Rockford Peach too. They see their uniforms, which are basically short dresses. Ira, who's Walter Harvey's right-hand man, is played by David Strathairn.
Sure.
Ooh. And tells them that not only do they need to wear the uniform, but they have to go to charm school as well.
Fuck that.
This is factual, as the real AAGPBL players were sent to the Helena Rubinstein Beauty Salon to be made over, and they attended her evening charm school after evening practices where proper etiquette, hygiene, the dress code, blah, 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 was taught.
Hey, KATRINA.
What?
Hey, look up from your computer for a second. What's the initialism of that? What was it again?
Okay. AAPGBL.
And what does it stand for? Don't look down.
Okay. America's Association. America Academy. America's. Girls Professional Baseball League.
Say it backwards.
Well, shockingly,
Yeah.
beauty school's not easy for Marla.
This fucking makeover scene is giving me real America's Next Top Model vibes.
Right? When the head lady sees Marla and is asked what type of makeover she needs, the lady responds with, a lot of night games.
That's not nice.
It's not nice.
You know what it reminds me of? Is when Tyra Banks gave that guy the fucking beard weave.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
And you could tell Tyra really wanted to stick with it because it was her idea, but it was so awful.
You could see it in her face. It's just like, I've made a horrible mistake.
Yeah. Somebody made a horrible mistake. It wasn't me.
It couldn't possibly be me.
No.
Smize.
Now we meet. KATRINA, handle yourself.
Oh my God.
Jimmy Dugan, played by Tom Hanks.
He's not in this.
I'm sorry, what?
I think I would have remembered if Tom Hanks were in this movie.
Well, this was Tom Hanks' favorite movie that he's ever made.
That he ever didn't get cast in. He just loves seeing it.
He is amazing. But when he was initially offered it, he was like, I'm not old enough. And to be the manager. And
that's why they cast it to somebody else.
No, Penny Marshall's like, I'm not wanting the character to be old. I'm wanting the character to be washed out.
Yeah, that's why they gave it to Tom Sizemore.
Oh, R.I.P. That's a terrible... Tom Sizemore, who was in Saving Private Ryan with Tom Hanks.
Yeah, it's weird. They never quite got over that. Tom Hanks never quite got over that Tom Sizemore got that casting instead of them, and that's why he had Tom Sizemore killed.
With cocaine.
Damn. What a sneaky little fucker.
Do you remember the other day when I'm like, why is the world against us? And we decided it was because all the terrible jokes you make on this podcast? But quit doubling down.
It's not me. This is not my fault.
It is, and I can only spend so much time in the shower. I've got shit to do. We get Jimmy, played by Tom Hanks' background, which is basically that he was a former pro baseball player who blew out his knee, started drinking more than the Split Happen sisters, and he can't get a job.
This feels very booze-shamey. Yeah?
I can't say I like that.
I definitely can say I didn't like that. I didn't like that.
Okay. Well, Mr. Harvey offers him the job to manage the Peaches, and while he is offended, he also needs hooch money, so he's like, okay. It is the first game of the season. Instead of a go-get-him speech, Jimmy, played by Tom Hanks, comes in the locker room and proceeds to pee for 37 minutes.
That is probably not healthy on his kidneys. That means he was probably holding it in for way too long.
Do you know how yellow that was? That was like dark-ass yellow pee.
Oh, sludge.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. He's getting a UTI.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. You know how hard it is for men to get a UTI? He's getting one.
Yeah. Not even Tom Hanks, who's definitely in this movie, knew when he was going to be done peeing because Penny Marshall was in a stall with a hose and a bucket making the noise.
Gross. Penny.
Well, the actual time was 53 seconds because they wanted a PG rating, and you can't have a piss scene longer than a minute.
Really? That's on the books.
Yeah, 53 seconds.
Why? Okay. Since you already looked up trivia for this.
Yeah.
I assume that you know. What led... Is it the MPAA? What led them to that minute cutoff? Like, where did they... what movie was it that they were like, we can't have this long of a piss scene. It's offensive to children. What? Where did that...
Pete's Dragon.
Like the pee. No.
I don't know. I made that part up.
There's a whole song about it. I can't believe you don't remember. Pissing in Passamaquoddy.
It was 53 seconds, but that other part about the PG rating I made up.
Oh, you just really?
Yeah.
God damn you, fucking bitch.
It's
Nag.
It's the mule. is the first time since we started this podcast, while I was taking my notes, I put insert P trivia here.
Got me.
I'm kind of surprised, actually. Now I'm going to have Passamaquoddy in my...
Passamaquoddy.
Shoot. Well, Jimmy clearly is not interested in managing this team, but once again, thank God for the slightly older sister Dottie, who puts together a lineup and is obviously the HPIC.
Can I talk to you about this first game?
Yeah. You can talk to me about anything.
Oh, good. Not to brag,
Okay.
have been to a bunch of baseball games, correct?
Correct.
I have quite a good record, actually.
You do.
Thank you. Enough to know the rules pretty well, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
You just went to your German again.
Yes. Okay. Did you think I wasn't going to notice that they didn't play a single full inning here? Like 1 second, they're warming up, and then Dottie hits a winning home run. Games take way longer than that. That's a con. I'm done here.
Yes, you are. That is so stupid.
It is stupid. I agree. They think we're idiots. Like we're not going to notice.
Hey, Anna, you've been to a lot of baseball games.
Mm-hmm.
How long does a full baseball game typically take?
9 innings.
9 innings, yes.
Yep.
And how long does 9 innings typically take?
That depends.
Huh? Well, minimum.
It depends on the ketchup mustard relish race.
Right. Okay, so 3 hours and 20 minutes. Did you go into this movie thinking that they were going to play all the games leading up to a World Series and have each game be a full game?
Yes, because I like accuracy. Thank you. I like documentaries.
So you thought this was going to be like the equivalent of North and South?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I liked North and South. Thank you very much. Maybe some of us actually like Patrick Swayze. Fuck you.
God. North and South was 157 hours long.
Really good, though.
It was really good.
Good.
Well, how dare you bring up Patrick Swayze?
How dare you?
You know how I feel.
Nag.
Mule. The few people that are at the game are rude as shit. However, when Dottie hits a walk-off home run, that gets a little interest from the crowd.
They made Tom Hanks unlikable in this. That's a con.
They absolutely stop.
I'm sorry, did I say Tom Hanks? I meant Tom Sizemore.
They
Apologies.
did not make him unlikable. They made him complicated.
Complicated. That's always how you talk about people that are garbage.
I call you complicated all the time.
I'm not garbage.
Now what?
I'm a little garbage.
Okay, now that you smelled yourself.
I haven't been able to wash my hair in quite some time.
Such
is the life of purple hair.
I smell fresh as a daisy from my 12 showers I take a day. Right now.
Is this where they have like the voiceover, the radio broadcaster? It's Harry Shearer. Mm-hmm. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
He's like, and here's Kit, and she's as single as they come.
I know.
What the fuck?
Poor Kit. I know they kind of do that the whole movie, and she's really pretty. Like I don't know what the.
She's gorgeous.
Yeah, I don't. It's that is kind of strange. I don't know. I think just to.
Don't love that.
No, I know. Lori Petty was really intimidated to be in a movie with Geena Davis.
Really?
Yeah, and Geena Davis was very like sisterly toward. Like she really wanted to take care of her and like make it a good experience. Really, truly, like Madonna.
Yeah.
Of all the trivia I read, you like everyone more than you did before, except for Madonna.
I feel like you're kind of getting what you already know about Madonna, right?
Right. Yeah, but there's no redemption story in facts about her.
Is there a single movie where there's a redemption story about her?
Truth or Dare.
Is there? What's her redemption there?
She's
She
a
can
hard
blow a bottle?
She's a hard worker. And she sticks to her beliefs.
Her beliefs.
Yeah. But she can fuck herself on a bed on stage. She's really good in this movie.
She's in this.
For
sure.
She's everyone in this is great, and you know it. We get a little bit of a montage, which you know your girl loves.
You do. Yeah.
And it looks like the Peaches are pretty good at this baseball thing. Rosie O'Donnell can throw a pitch with 2 balls at one time.
That makes sense.
She and Lori Petty were definitely the best athletes.
Also makes sense.
Yeah. Madonna worked like as hard as everyone as far as like training and all of that, but they moved her to the outfield because she couldn't field ground balls.
Trivia. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, we meet Evelyn, who plays for the Peaches, and she lets Jimmy know that her husband is a piece of shit and she needs to take her son with her to road games, which is when we meet the pint-sized terrorist named Stillwell Angel.
Stillwell fucking Angel. Okay. Give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
You drink.
Mm-hmm.
I don't condone violence against children.
Whoa.
Normally.
This got dark.
No, I don't. You know.
I know, but I feel like there's a but coming.
But Stillwell is not a child.
What is he?
Well, he's a product of witchcraft. Like the bad kind. The bad kind.
Like the kind from Warlock?
No, like when Clash of the Titans, when Perseus has Medusa's lopped off head.
Are we
like
talking
in
about the remake or the...
Fuck you. I don't deserve that.
Okay, I retract.
When Medusa's lopped off head is in the bag and then like blood starts dripping out and then it creates like scorpions or whatever.
Yeah.
That's what Stillwell is.
He came from that blood?
I mean, not that specific blood. I think he's a spawn of Gorgon blood is all I'm saying.
Oh.
Obviously.
Too bad they didn't have any nails.
That's it for warlocks. That's not going to help you against a Gorgon.
Well, how do you kill a Gorgon?
With a fucking, cut their head off.
Machete?
Yeah. Or a sword given to you from Zeus or Athena. I can't remember which one came from Athena.
Didn't Athena have the owl?
No, God, I feel like you're really trying to fuck with me. No, of course not. That's fucking Artemis. God damn it. Where's that shower when you need one? I need to go cry. I mean, shower.
Sorry, all of our showers are taped off.
Oh, God damn it.
Because of the paint, you see?
This is because of fucking Stillwell Angel. I know it.
Well, he almost kills the bus driver, but like most of us, he can be bribed by chocolate.
That is a spoiled little demon spawn.
Gimme.
Mm-mm. Yeah, just start with a new kid.
Gee, yeah.
Jesus Christ, this was like, what, the 40s?
Yeah.
I mean, the DNA wasn't even really a thing then, right? I mean, it was like barely a thing. You could kill a kid, no problem. You know, you could kill a person pretty easily back then and not have to worry about the authorities so much.
No, I do. It's how I get myself to stop crying in the shower now as I think about how easy it is to murder someone.
like when people recite the presidents?
Right.
To bring them down from an anxiety attack?
Right, yeah. I think potassium.
Insulin.
Between the toes.
Really fucking specific.
Well, it's hard to see a needle mark between someone's toes. They hardly look for that.
I'm so sorry, Ty.
Dear clue book.
Look between the your clue book. I want to see it now. It's going to be brought into evidence anyway, so.
What are we talking about?
I don't fucking know. How about Miss Cuthbert?
Okay, well, some of the ladies drug the chaperone so they can get their freak on at the local dance joint, the Suds Bucket.
What the hell?
Well,
Miss Cuthbert is just trying to do her job. She gets dirt thrown in her face. She gets sexually assaulted and then insulted by the one person of authority in the club. And then she gets drugged by the ball players with, I'm guessing, what looks like a gallon of Ipecac. All she's trying to do is just protect them. She doesn't deserve any of that.
Well, but on the other hand, she's had a cleanse.
A cleanse?
Yeah. She's clean straight out. She probably feels great the next day.
Cleanse goes through the butthole, not through the puke hole.
I think things were going out from every which way.
No, it was going out the puke hole, not the poop hole.
Well, I know, but that's because they wanted a PG rating, and you can't show the poop hole to get a PG rating.
Sure you can. You just have to keep it under 4 seconds. I saw Goonies.
Well, Dottie arrives. Wait, what? Dottie arrives in a car driven by a sassy 12-year-old, and I mean this not creepily. Anna and I say this line all of the time.
What do you say we slip in the back seat and you make a man out of me?
What do you say I smack you around for a while?
Can't we do both?
Can we do both? Dottie is gathering everyone when we see Marla, just a little buzz, singing,
It had to be you. It had to be you.
to her new fella Nelson.
Aww. Hey, who's the people in the band?
They're talented artists. I don't know.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't look like they're loving this rendition.
They don't? You know what they do look like?
The grimacing?
The only black people in this movie.
No, that's
Besides, later, almost the only black people in this movie, except the ones they show later about how they can't play actual baseball with the white people.
They put that scene in there on purpose because that was a real thing.
Are we not going to talk about the fact that Doris is clearly a lesbian and into May?
She's a lesbian. I know. Well, I don't know that.
Actually, speaking of which, is there a reason why there's like no queer persons in this movie about female baseball players?
Well,
like they didn't exist.
Well, this movie came out in 1992, and we were real tight asses around then. And I haven't watched it because you know how I am. There's a League of Their Own series on Amazon Prime. Supposedly it's good. It's been renewed for a second season. I'm not watching it, but
I'm not watching that.
I know, but in that series, they do rectify that mistake, is my understanding.
So there's a mistake. This movie has a mistake.
Hey, I can say whatever the fuck I want.
Well, that's a mistake, and I don't like it. They should have been bold and shown that there were actual, queer persons at this time. That would have been bold.
Maybe Penny Marshall didn't feel like she had to define their sexuality.
Maybe Penny Marshall should have put a little bit of emphasis on a group that is chronically marginalized. Oh God, I'm dying in the river.
We see David Lander, who played Squiggy on Laverne and Shirley, and he is an announcer. Jimmy sees that Dottie's giving the hitting signs to the players, and he decides to take a little interest. And when what he has Marla do works, he starts thinking he might be a manager.
That's convenient. Just when a female is like getting their shit figured out, he's like, "Oh man, I gotta come in here and figure this out."
Yeah, those were the days. Doesn't happen anymore.
Why are you looking at me like I did it? I didn't do it.
Men definitely don't try to regulate women these days.
Nope.
Anyway. In the next game, he says one of the most iconic lines in cinema history.
Are you crying? Are you crying? There's no crying. There's no crying in baseball.
Okay. Well, I strongly beg to differ. We're Royals fans. There's definitely crying in baseball.
Yeah, from the fans.
Yes. He didn't say there's no crying amongst the players. There's no crying in people playing in baseball. He says there's no crying in baseball. Lies.
I bet Salvi cried when Locaine got traded.
I agree.
Yeah.
There you go. There's crying in baseball.
Hermanito. Did you see that Locaine is going to retire a Royal?
I thought he might because I think Salvi probably will too.
Well, Salvi will be here forever. Salvi's never getting traded.
Well, no, I mean, but he's gonna retire a Royal.
Oh yeah.
I'm saying so. We agree that there is crying in baseball. This is a lie.
It's not a lie. I think he's not good at this whole scene is funny. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to deflect. This whole scene is hysterical because Evelyn, she can't hit the cutoff person. She throws it just all willy-nilly, and he's like frustrated, and she starts crying, and then he says, of course, there's no crying. And then the umpire comes over, and he's like,
Good rule of thumb. Treat each of these girls as you would treat your mother.
and then Jimmy says,
You ever tell you look like a penis with a little hat on?
I love this movie so much. Ira tells the team that if they don't start getting people to watch the games, then the league is going to shut them down, and they need to do something to draw people in.
Fucking figures.
Dottie, the slightly older sister, who doesn't like attention, decides to catch a pop-up while doing the splits and ends up on the cover of Life magazine.
Yeah, that's not attention-seeking at all.
She's trying to save the league. This woman tries to do everything. She works so hard.
There's no way she could have done it other than doing the splits, catching a ball, which she could have missed and fucked up the play. She could have missed it by trying to showboat.
She wasn't showboating. She's trying to save the league.
By showboating.
Well, by getting attention to the sport.
If a game were going on and you saw a basketball player, when the game was close and you needed to be won, and you saw a player pulling some fuckery to try and get attention for the league, not for themselves, but for the league, you would be so annoyed. Like, you wouldn't be like, wow, what a moment. That will go down in sports history. You'd be like, what are you doing? There's only 5 seconds left of this period. Why are you doing that nonsense? We've got a game to play. Quit horseplaying around, you.
Anna Serene?
Yep.
Do you think that the NBA, home of Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Stephen Curry, you think they need help getting attention?
I was thinking NCAA, actually.
NCAA, where there is an entire month based on watching it called March Madness, which is one of the biggest betting seasons of the year. You think they need to do some fuckery to get attention?
What if he did? What if one of them did? Like, while he was like trying, I mean, like, it's a very tight game and like he's trying to get some points, and one of those guys, like a KU player, tried doing like some backwards ass like spinning bullshit, and you're like, what are you doing?
How dare you bring up KU when they just got knocked out?
I'm so sorry. I apologize for bringing that up during this difficult time. I'm so sorry. Your face. I'm so sorry.
Do you understand what happened?
No, I know.
KU finally went to a bowl game. Finally, a football game. Yeah.
What?
Hold on. A football game. We lose in triple overtime to Arkansas.
Yeah.
And we get knocked out of the second round of the tournament to Arkansas.
Were they a 16 seed?
No.
It was KU the 1 seed?
Of course.
No.
Yes, KU was a 1 seed.
But were they the 16 seed beating the 1 seed?
No.
Then they're not the most embarrassing thing that happened in this tournament this year.
Okay, Anna, let me ask you a question.
Well, I'm not going to answer it because I don't know anything past that.
Well, let me ask you a question. In basketball, which you brought up to make your point, where's the goal?
What do you mean?
Where's the basketball goal? Is it up high or is it down low where it would make sense for somebody to do the splits?
Exactly. If they were doing the splits, you'd be like, what kind of fuckery is going on?
Okay. I have let you let this spiral out of control.
You look so agitated. Oh, no.
It's fine. I don't even know where I am.
Oh, no. Is it where the super racist Asian caricature that they throw a baseball at?
What? Oh, no, didn't mention that.
Is that where you're at?
Well, no, Jimmy's getting more invested in the team and more people start showing up to the games. I love the two guys in the crowd who love Doris. Rosie O'Donnell. 22!
Yeah, they're really barking up the wrong tree.
She eats their hot dog later on.
Not metaphorically.
Marla gets married to Nelson. There is some increasing tension between Dottie and Kit because Dottie is getting a lot of attention, even though Kit is an incredible player and very beautiful and deserves all of the accolades as well.
I agree with all of those things.
We learn that Dottie is married to Bob, who's played by Bill Pullman, R.I.P.
The not dead, very much still alive Bill Pullman.
You brought up Twister.
You goddamn bitch. He's only in this for 2 seconds, still alive, Bill Paxton. Bill Pullman. Fuck
Do you think it was a tornado that finally got him? Or an alien? Well, what matters is Kit is having a shit game. And Jimmy asked Dottie if he should take Kit out. And Dottie says Kit needs to come out. And according to my notes, this tart's my least favorite part of this movie.
His tart?
Yeah.
I don't love it. I don't love his tart either.
Even though I love this movie and nothing is wrong with it. In the locker room, Kit is mega pissed off at Dottie for pulling her from the game. And Kit says a super sad line. It's like, if you were here, I'm not. And that line kills me. It starts the tears for like the rest of the movie. Because Lori Petty, especially for being such a new actor, she's great. And just the chemistry between her and Dottie, they really seem like sisters to me. Right? The shower's over there. You're getting tearful. This doesn't have... Ooh.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
I was just thinking that I'm out of M&Ms at home.
Oh, I have some.
And cashews.
I have both.
Do you really?
Yeah, mixed together.
See, I'm already happy again. Go get them.
Dottie tells Ira that she needs to be traded to a different team. They instead trade Kit to Racine, and Kit loses it even more.
Well, I'm just going to say, can I just say with that?
Yeah.
With Alice and her bruise.
Uh-huh.
That she bruises like I do when I lightly bump into anything.
Well, that bruise lasted a month.
Like for real?
For real.
Her, like on whoever that actress was?
Yeah. Most of the bruises shown in the movie were real.
Well, then that's a con.
Because again, she had them really play baseball.
That's a con.
No, it's
she
not.
didn't care for her actors.
The scene where Betty Spaghetti gets the telegram from the War Department that her husband has died is terrible. And apparently it was terrible for the people making this movie because it took them 3 days to get it filmed.
Why?
It was just, they just were a mess. It was sad.
Yeah, it gets sad all the time. We get through it. Not 3 days. Who has time for that? Ugh. God, people with emotions. Gross. Hey, you know what, though? On the upside, that means that George isn't going to be mad about that torn up baseball card now, is he? Hey, I'm just, take the wins where you can get them.
Well, okay, speaking of emotions, Dottie is back at the baseball player house crying because she was worried that it was her husband that died. And then Bill Pullman's ghost shows up with a gunshot wound and has been discharged from the military. Dottie thinks she's going back to the dairy farm, and Jimmy is not happy about it.
Here's what I don't like.
Okay.
I don't love that Kit is being shown as petulant and whiny in her relationship with Dottie. I feel like that's what they show with her. It's just the majority of her time is spent as petulant and whiny. It's not easy living under the shadow of a sister that's, seen as perfect or cannot do any wrong. I know that was hard for you growing up. It must have been so difficult for you.
Was it cold there in my shadow?
Was that hard?
It was cold in your shadow. And I clearly, by my complexion, I never had sunlight on my face. Or any part of my body.
No.
This is white.
No, fucking porcelain see-through shit. We're like a biology experiment. Mm-hmm. Like, look at their innards.
You can see. You know what? It makes it very easy for nurses to find my veins.
Not me, bitch. I have such a hard time. I've told you this before. Look at this one. Are there any veins there at all?
I don't know. I'm whiter than you, apparently.
No, look. No veins.
You could see my shit from a mile away.
None to be found. There was one nurse, though, that tried to get blood from me. And I was like, you ain't getting shit out of that one. So don't even try. And she thought of it as like a challenge. Ooh. She's like, I can get it. And I'm like, okay, I'm sure you can. You do what you got to do, sweetie. And then she like started jabbing away. And I'm just like, over my other arm.
This guy over here.
Hi. This one over here. Are you sure? Look at those plumpy veins that aren't really plumpy.
Why are we talking about this? I don't like needles. I get what you're saying, and I don't think that's a terrible point, especially compared to everything else you've said. I don't see her that way. I feel bad for her because I think Dottie is just like, the slightly older sister who's kind of really good at things just naturally. And Dottie's really good at things too in her own way. Or
Who is?
Kit.
Who is?
Kit.
Kit.
Kit's really good at things in her own way.
Dottie's the sun.
Kit's the shadow.
What? No. She's just a different, smaller star.
She is. She's like a Pluto.
I'm sorry. Oh, I have multiple follow-up questions.
You know.
Did you think that Pluto was a star?
No, but Pluto was a planet. And then they're like, no, you're a dwarf planet. And now it's a planet. No. That's not what happened. Okay.
No. Go on.
Okay. All I was saying was Pluto was a planet. And then they're like, sit down, bitch. No, you ain't. And then Pluto complained about it and went to a different part of the atmosphere. And they're like, okay, you're important. You can be a dwarf planet.
This is really... I don't like this.
All I'm saying is Saturn, with its rings,
Excuse me?
gets a lot of attention. And poor Pluto is a dwarf planet. Mars is red. That showy bitch.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
All of us are dumber.
Yo, why am I saying the dumb stuff? That's supposed to be your job.
I'll take business ethics.
Well,
you just puppy who lost its way, Pluto.
Okay.
I'm just going to say it. The song that they sing for the AAAA LPGTP Ls, it sucks.
Well, listen, I have in my notes, and you didn't even say it. Prepare for Anna to say something stupid about Dottie not telling Jimmy that she wasn't going to play in the World Series and just take off.
Yeah, I mean, it's there.
What?
I also have Dottie really didn't think Kid would end up traded. What? She really didn't think that Kid would end up traded?
People react to grief differently. We've talked about this.
How is she grieving?
She's grieving because she lost her sister to a different team, and then she lost her husband, and then he showed up on her night to take a bath and read a book, so she had to look happy that he was there. When she just wanted to take her bath and read her book and have some wine in peace with maybe a dog or two around. And some M&M's and cashews.
This is feeling very autobiographical.
And she's like, oh, cool, you're here.
Oh, yay, I thought you were dead.
I thought that tornado got you.
That's Bill Paxton, god damn it.
Says
Bill
you.
Pullman, Lone Star.
Well, she needs to go home, milk a cow, take a bath, read a book, have some wine, pet her dogs, Reese and Leia, and regroup. Is this where... No, this is where the kids run up to Jimmy Dugan and they're like, will you sign my baseball card? And he says...
What does he say?
Avoid the clap, Jimmy Dugan.
What the fuck?
The kids are like, avoid the clap, Jimmy Dugan. Thanks. And they run away and he goes, that's good advice.
They're like, not if we're nasty.
This movie has another montage.
Oh, God.
Give it all the Oscars.
How many montages does this movie need? Honestly, this is excessive.
2.
This is an excessive amount of montages,
not.
and you know it.
No. Jimmy's pregame speech or prayer before the World Series is epic. I would like to thank you for the waitress in South Bend. You know the one. She was calling your name.
I'm start writing that in condolences cards.
I know. God.
You know what, though? Avoid the clap. That's what I'm going to start writing in condolences cards.
But it should say avoid the clap, Jimmy Dugan.
My condolences. Not saying that's how your person died. I'm just saying.
People don't die from the clap anymore, do they? Did they ever?
I don't even know what the fucking clap is. Gonorrhea? Chlamydia? I don't know.
So, during filming of the World Series games, the stars took turns entertaining the unpaid extras. Tom Hanks did puppet shows over the dugout. Rosie O'Donnell did stand-up comedy. And various actors pretended to be Madonna and sang her songs after the singer refused to sing.
Wow.
Right.
I can't imagine why she was miserable.
Well, and then at one point, I there's no way I'm going to be able to say the name because you'll make fun of me, but at one point, like in between takes and stuff, they did Jesus Christ Superstar. Like Geena Davis had them doing, and Tom Hanks was like Cassiopeia or something.
Oh my gosh.
Cassaphras? What's his name?
Oh my god.
It's a C. Cassaphras?
Cassaphras. I want to correct you, but I also want you just to keep on going.
Callimachus.
It's not Greek.
You're
so
Cunnilingus.
Okay.
Cunnilingus.
You know what? I thought you were getting closer, and turns out you're not.
It's like I know it has a C, and I know an R. Capoeira. Oh, that's a drink.
That was almost a martial arts. Capoeira.
Capoeira. Columbo.
Yes.
I knew I'd figure it out.
Oh, one more thing, Jesus.
Guess who's back? Dottie's back.
Oh, well, that's convenient. How handy of her to come back in after they've already played all the hard games.
Well, it is coming down to the final inning, and Kit is pitching, and Dottie is up to the plate. Racine is ahead, but then Dottie hits in 2 runners. The Peaches end their inning, and Dottie sees Kit crying in the dugout, which is a super heartbreaking scene. Right? Let me ask you this. Did you think she was sad? Did you think she was like freaking out? I just almost ruined the game. I potentially just screwed up by pitching.
Who, Kit?
Yeah.
It's a trap.
No, it's not. I'm just asking a question.
I'm
just asking questions here.
Do I think that that's what she thought?
Yeah, like she was...
That's what the character thought?
Yes.
Is that she, like, fucked up?
Yes, like she just... That Racine was ahead, Kit was pitching, Dottie hits 2 runners in, and like, oh, fuck, I've just screwed up for my whole team.
Yes.
Well, then Lori Petty did a great job.
No! You're just asking what the character thought.
Well, how do you know what the character thought unless the actress portrays it accurately?
You asked me a loaded question. Nuh-uh. No. You have
definitely gotten me before on that exact same thing.
I don't recall that at all.
Keeve.
Don't ask Keeve. He's not going to save you.
He knows.
He's on my side.
He knows all my button pushes.
Fuck. I don't even remember what it was. What was it? Oh, This is such a trap. It's such a trick. I can't wait. I'm going to get you next. Actually, I'm not.
You have literally gotten me before on this.
I don't really think I did.
I think it was in Batman.
I don't remember.
Okay.
No.
I would like to hear something good.
I'm going to hate it.
About...
I'm going to hate it.
Waterworld.
No, what the fuck?
That one just came out of nowhere. That was an inspired choice.
Waterworld. I don't suppose you'll take I Like Swimming. Dennis Hopper's a real Looney Tunes silly goose. So I guess he portrayed that well.
I do love Dennis Hopper.
Acceptable?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Thank you.
Because as I said before, that is a borderline button push, and I shouldn't have gotten one in the past. I hope you learned your lesson.
I didn't.
I know. But in all seriousness, and you don't get another button push, Lori Petty is so good in this. Let me, point of clarification. You might get another button push, but not for this topic. Lori Petty is really incredible.
I might have more opinions later.
Okay. Well, there are 2 outs and a runner on base, and Kit is up to bat. The count is 2 strikes, no balls, and then Kit gets a hit. Dottie has the ball, and Kit runs home, and Dottie obviously purposely drops the ball, and Kit's team wins, and Kit is the hero, just as Dottie wanted her to be.
It's such a fucking savior complex.
Well, she's white. Anna.
Yeah.
Anna Serene.
Yeah.
As the con.
Yep.
I want you to talk about the scene between Dottie and Kit after the game is over. And not cry, not one tear. Well, let me tell you what it said in quotes. Kit's like, well, you'll be back next year. And she's like, no, this is it for me. I'm going home. And Kit's like, won't you miss it? And then Dottie says, I'll tell you what I'll miss. I'll miss the girls. I'll miss you, Kit. I love you. Gets me every time. Right? It's getting you right now. This movie is so good. Because it's a perfect ending. Oh, don't cry. Stop crying. Oh no. It's not ending.
I fucking knew it. This goddamn movie. I hate it. That's a con.
As someone who maybe identifies a little bit with Dottie, I loved that they ended the movie this way. I loved that because what happened was, it wasn't that Dottie let Racine win or Kit wanted it more. Like, Kit was going to knock the fuck out of Dottie to win that game. And
here we go. Oh, Kit was going to knock her out.
Yeah, well, she did. She did run her over.
Dottie was plucking the plate.
Okay.
She was plucking the plate. Mule. Are you crying? You're crying too.
I always cry.
Fuck you.
I always cry in this movie.
I'm not crying. I'm just, allergic to sadness.
The movie ends with all the original players in real time, and they are visiting the Women in Baseball exhibit at the Baseball Museum. We see Grown Up Stillwell, which is his second best movie next to Pee-wee's Next Adventure.
Thank you. Big Adventure?
Big Adventure. And that's where the movie ends. And the pictures in the credits and the after credits are pictures of real baseball players.
Right.
It's done. Yes. It's over now.
Oh, jeez. I didn't have to stop it like I did with Practical Magic.
No, you did good. This movie is, especially like the last 30 minutes of it, is sad. Like,
it is when you have
close.
If you can relate to it in any sort of way, it's gonna pull some feels out of you.
Yeah,
for sure. Ooh,
it's such an incredible movie. I love that it sort of defies gender in insofar as like who likes it, because it's funny. It really is funny.
It's brilliant.
It is.
It's a fantastic movie.
The guy, Squiggy, he's uncredited. He just did the movie as a favor to Penny Marshall.
Oh. Huh.
I lied earlier when I said after reading it, with the exception of Madonna, you like everyone a little bit more. Penny Marshall did kind of say a little garbagey thing.
Uh-oh.
Because Tom Hanks gained a bunch of weight during the making of this movie because he was just eating and, not giving a shit.
Yeah.
And she told him, keep eating, eat all you want, but she discouraged Rosie O'Donnell for eating more. Yeah.
Oh, Penny, no.
I know Penny. She did that, though. I read it.
She's dead, but
didn't like that. I love that we're ending our baseball movies with A League of Their Own, because it really is one of my favorite movies. It's one of your favorite movies.
Yeah.
I love that it did better than other baseball movies.
Yeah, I think they were. Yeah, I think that they had a much, steeper hill to climb than other ones for sure. I'm glad that we're ending with this one. The other movie that they talked about doing during this season, we'll do it at another time, so we won't get into it.
Yeah,
we're not going to say what we're doing.
We're not going to say what we're doing. We are releasing. We do have another release in March, because it's the 29th or 30th is that Wednesday, and we always release on Wednesday. However, it's not a March related movie. Our release will be very much about April Fool's Day.
It is. I'm really so excited. I'm both horrified and excited.
Yeah, we've talked about this probably more than any any record release that I can think of.
Yeah. I anticipate a lot of booze going into this one, going into the next records.
Well, your girls aren't dumb. We're going to the lake where we will bring food and alcohol with us.
We'll be isolated.
We're isolated. We don't have to go anywhere. So,
it's going to be epic, you guys.
Yeah.
Definitely stay tuned. This one, yeah, it's going to be a real doozy of a record.
Mm-hmm. Doozy
of a record. Oh my God. Until next time, this was, of course, awesome.
It was so much fun.
Well, goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, Katrina Porter.
Bye, Anna Serene.